What's going on? First video, new channel. I'm just gonna jump into it, but if you guys don't know me, I'm Brandon Aldae. Nice to meet you. Here's my Twitter, and let's just jump into it. So, first video, wanted to just explain a little bit about me and how I went from $30,000 a year, I wish it was a month, a year, working valet, doing normal jobs, probably similar to what a lot of you guys might be doing. You know, I bust tables, I did valet, I've cooked before, I've done all kinds of stuff, cleaned pools, random stuff. And now I'm making easily over 100,000 a year sending cold emails for my own agency that I created just like pretty much from a thought. And there's a couple steps that helped me get from this point of 30,000 to over 100,000 a year in less than 12 months. And that's exactly what I'm making this video for. So let's jump into it. Thank you so much for even taking the time to watch this. Do subscribe because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming your way about how to make money, how to become a better version of yourself, and just how to take advantage of this one life that we are fortunate enough to have. I know that's corny, but it's okay. So, number one, and this is a big one, and this has a lot of nuance to it, so let me explain. Number one, laser focused on a crystal clear goal. So, laser focused on a crystal clear goal. What does that mean? Well, focus is obviously important. And if I wrote just focus, that's great. But one thing that was critical to me, and I think this is critical to everybody, and that's why I think so many people are struggling, this reason, is education. Now, I'm a high school dropout, right? I literally dropped out of high school 16 years old. I was halfway through junior year. Started playing video games, started a YouTube channel, didn't know what I was doing. I had a job the moment I did drop out, which was fortunate enough for me. I never really struggled with, I guess, like the day-to-day living. I was still check to check, obviously. I was 16 years old, and I lived like that until I was 22. But what happened is I figured out, or I guess I found something called money Twitter. And I don't know if you guys even know what that is. It's not really very important. But essentially, I was following a group of people on Twitter who all were making money doing different things like drop shipping or email copywriting or like what I'm doing now, which is cold email marketing. A lot of salespeople, all kinds of stuff. Brand owners, different stuff, different folks making a lot of money. And the space has definitely grown a lot since I joined like 2 years ago. But the point is I didn't know what a cold email was. I didn't know what drop shipping was. I didn't know really anything about sales or what that process looked like, especially, you know, compared to what I know about it now. All of these different services that people were offering, or all of these different verticals that people were taking to make money, I didn't even know existed. And so for me, it was the access. It was the literal idea that it was possible to do something besides what I was doing. I didn't even think of these things. I had never thought of these things in my life. So for me to have someone say, oh, and it was just a tweet. No one told me. People are tweeting about I'm making $50,000 a month sending emails, doing this and that. And then they sell a course. So me just maybe being naive or whatever it is, I would buy these courses and just with it in mind, like, how the fuck are these people doing this? Like this, if they're doing this, why can't I do it? And that's kind of how I look at a lot of things in life. I don't like to look at stuff like, oh, well, that's impossible. You know, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for most things for me. And especially when it came to making money, I had an idea and a goal before I knew of all this. Everyone wants to be rich. Everyone wants to have freedom of time. Duh. Everyone has that goal, right? I had a burning desire to want to be rich, but I had no way to even comprehend how I would get there. So I didn't think about it ever. But once I started consuming every day that people were doing all these different things, whether it's drop shipping or cold email or email copywriting or sales or software, it was a whole new world. And so for me, this is the point of number one, laser focus and crystal clear goal, is I had to pick one thing. There's a whole world out there of things that you can do. But for me, I like writing. I've been writing my entire life. And that will be one of our next, I guess, like top 5, whatever you want to call this checklist, is writing. and I'll show you, but writing was natural for me. And maybe it's natural for you, or maybe you like sales, or maybe you like software. And even if you don't like any of these things, you're still going to need to pick something and lock in on that goal. So for me, it was getting laser focused on cold email. I stopped worrying about drop shipping. I stopped worrying about the potential of doing sales. I stopped worrying about, and this was where I was either going to go this way or this way. Cold email being this way. And then the other way was email copywriting. So I would be writing emails for Manscaped or whatever, right? Similar in terms of what I'm doing, but completely different in practice. And so I just chose cold email. There it is. And started buying courses from people like Alex Berman, Cold Email Wizard. Those were my two main guys. I really didn't buy a lot from other people. I bought those two courses and started looking up a lot of stuff on YouTube and Google for free. But I was not doing anything besides focused on trying to get good at cold email. There was nothing in my life that I was focused on more. Not women, not jujitsu. There was literally nothing. Not a single thing in the world mattered more to me than getting the fuck out of pushing cars at valet. And so let me get a little organized here, because one thing that I was doing, and one thing that I've done forever, and you might see me looking over here, is write. I write a lot. And this helped me a lot with my focus and my, I guess, consistency and the constant reminder of what I'm going for, right? And so I just wanted to show you guys some of the stuff that I was writing when I worked at the valet stand. I was just standing outside at a hotel waiting for cars to drive up, and I was just writing different sticky notes that I could find of just different things that, I don't know, like I would just write whatever. So right now I'm just writing, stuff about the goals, right? $600 per month coming from Jan, $750 per month from getting a deal from Connor. So I'm just writing everything out. I'm just figuring out, like, how is this possible, right? There's no point apologizing for last night, as what's most important is just to take change. So this has nothing to do with, I think I might have gotten drunk or something with my roommate, because I used to be a total dork, and still am sometimes. But point is I couldn't give a shit about anybody at that job. People think I was delusional, right? Most of the people that you're around, and I guess this would be number 2. Put a little edit up. 2. Writing consistently. Writing helps me tremendously, because most of the time I'm not going to remember if I don't write it down. And I think that's easy to understand if it's a grocery list. But when it comes to things like your goals in your life, that's not really taught very often. At least it wasn't taught to me. And so I started writing maybe almost 10 years ago. I have full, almost probably 10 full journals of just completely just back page to front page of just me writing, figuring out what's going on in my head, just trying to understand my own thoughts better. What am I doing? That's really what it is. It's just a whole lot of, what the hell am I doing? Why do I feel the way that I feel? Why am I thinking the things that I'm thinking? Diagnose and understand myself better. Super casual. I don't go in there with any intention besides just writing what's on my mind. And I do it first thing every morning, and I usually do it before I go to sleep as well. And so by identifying the goal and writing about it constantly, which was 1 and 2, I think 1 probably makes a lot more sense if you're going to be just trying to get a lot of stuff done in a short period of time, like I did, is to just lock in on the goal and figure out what that goal is. And so for me, it was signing enough money of retainers or enough money of performance deals for cold email marketing gigs that could replace the amount of money that I was making at valet, obviously. And then on top of that, which is a little bit more nuanced, was fulfilling for the clients and getting good at the service, but getting to the amount of money that I was already making, but now making it from home with my own business. And so we did that really quick. We did that in like 30 days after me figuring out what this even was. I say we because I had a partner that I've worked with for 2 years now. He's one of my best friends. Maybe you can do that too, but it's not necessary. And so laser focus on your goal. Pick something. What is it going to be? What service are you going to choose that you're trying to get good at? What are you going to try to get good at and put in practice and do research on and start figuring out for the next 3 to 6 months, right? 90 days to 180 days. What is that going to be? Identify that and keep that on the top of your mind, and don't let literally anything else be more important than that. If it is indeed what you want to do is work from home, have your own personal freedom, have your own business. I just wanted to get out of, I don't like working for people. I don't like showing up to places for any fucking reason besides that I want to be there. Maybe I'm a child for that, but okay. 3. So pure ferociousness and effort. So I don't want you to get mad at anybody else. There's no one to get mad at besides yourself, right? But I was so, like, I remember I would drive home and it would be late. It would be like midnight after working valet. It's a hotel. It's open 24 hours. And so I'd be driving home and spark up a little joint, you know what I'm saying? And I would be so fucking mad that I'm not out of this position and doing the cold email thing. I couldn't fathom that other people were doing this and that I couldn't. And so pretty much what I would do is just put on Key Glock, put it on as loud as I could, or Young Dolph, drive home and just think about like how much I'm like gonna, I used to, because everyone at that work thought I was ridiculous. They thought I was stupid. Literally meant zero to me. I could not care less. I didn't need to explain it to them. I didn't need to correct them. I did not care. It meant nothing. It literally meant zero at all. And so in my mind, I'm just driving home like these fucking people are so fucking stupid, unfortunately. And it's not something about them. This is just me. Like, I'm so fucking angry that this is the situation I'm in. These people would just try to like keep me there. Essentially, they're just like, oh yeah, it's not possible. Blah, 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 blah. Whatever. And I'm just mad. I just want it so fucking bad. My ferocity towards getting to this goal was at an all-time high. Everything was on deck towards this. Every song I listened to, every workout I did, every role I did in jiu-jitsu, every conversation I had was focused on this. And I wasn't really having a lot of conversations, to be honest. I wasn't really talking to people. It was the main 3. I'm locked in. I'm focused. I'm not fucking letting things get in my way. And I'm pissed. And I'm only mad at myself and my circumstances. No one else has put me in this position. It's just me. Only I can control what's going on. So I'm not mad at anyone else. I'm not even necessarily mad at myself. I'm just fucking mad. I'm just aggressive, putting in the work, and I'm going to get this done. That was one of the, I guess, the weird things is I never really thought it wasn't going to get done. I don't know why. I was just so locked in on taking the steps to get there. So it's like, okay, I need to take this course. I need to send this amount of emails. When I send this amount of emails, what do I need to get in return for positive response rate? How do I improve that? How do I go find different things to improve that? I was just 24/7 doing research, no distractions. And that's my 4th one. No distractions. Hanging out with nobody, talking to nobody, watching content about nothing aside from cold email. Which now that I like look back at it was probably super boring, but I think that ferociousness was guiding me, because I would be mad at myself if I would sit there watching some comedy or whatever, watch a movie. Like, why? Right? We have things to do, and other people are doing it so much more and so much faster, and that's still the case. But I didn't have anything in my way. No girlfriends were getting in my way. I still was talking to women, but it was pretty much non-existent. I'll be honest with you. Don't care. Didn't have time for it. Putting myself in a much better position anyways, to that way when I'm talking to women again, I have way more leverage on my own personal life. Complete side note. But no distractions. So no phone unless it's you need to be researching about whatever it is 24/7. It needs to be when you wake up, you think about that. You go to sleep, you're thinking about this. There needs to be no distractions. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And don't get mad at people either if they distract you or whatever, because at the end of the day, it's your fault. Like, they can't make you feel a certain way. That's a weird conversation, but just focus on what you can control. Focus on removing the phone as a distraction. Use it to start doing research on whatever you want to learn. So bookmark different articles, bookmark different YouTube videos, buy a course or two, download a free course or two. Go and really dive deep into whatever it is, and don't worry about anything else. Don't focus on anything else. Make this your subconscious thought process for at least, 10, 15 days, and start going from there. Jesus Christ. But yeah, guys, I mean, that was all over the place. I haven't made a YouTube video in almost, I would say, 4 or 5 years. So just getting back into it, but I feel like it's natural. I mean, I've been making this stuff since I was a kid. Wanted to share this with you because I've had so many people in my personal life that obviously want to start working for themselves, want to have something more secure, don't want to have to show up to some fucking place, do the whole 9-to-5 thing, and then make less money than me, who barely works. I don't do much. Like, I'm pretty lazy. But right now we're taking it to the next level. I'm trying to at least double my money by the end of the year. That would put me at around $30,000 a month, maybe around $25,000 to $30,000 a month. So that is the goal. I'm fucking excited to start actually making content for you guys. So like and subscribe, whatever the YouTubers say. And yeah, thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Subscribe to my channel and have a good day, or whatever you're doing, if it's nighttime. Peace out.